and business owners in Limuru town have been decrying restriction of movement into and out of the area, citing several police roadblocks. According to them, this has made their lives difficult, despite Limuru being listed under areas in the Nairobi metropolitan. Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has, however, assured them that their issues will be addressed.
Ujio mgonjwa akipatikana Limuru, ile hospitali iko karibu ni Tigoni na iko na watu wa coronavirus peke yake. Huwezi enda Kijabi, huwezi enda Kenyatta, huwezi enda Kiambu, huwezi enda. Number 3, sisi tumefungiwa kwenda Nairobi na pia kuenda na Naivasha tumefungiwa. Kwani tulikuwa declared hotspot. Kama Isili ama
mimi ni mkaaji wa Nyambari na nimeshatembea hapo Rukuma, unakuta katika kutoka Moro wapi zinakuja zinamwaga watu hapo, watu wa pikipiki wanachukua, wanakuja wanapea askari pesa, wanapita ile njia ya ambulance, wanakuja wanawekwa hapa ambulance, gari zinachukua nazo zikuja hapa zinawamwaga, zinawapea wengine. Sasa tunauliza, mtu akitoka all the way from Eldoret, Kitale, au huyo mtu hana corona? Gari ndio iko na corona?
And a section of Kirinyaga residents held demonstrations earlier today in Kutus town in support of the embattled Governor Anne Waiguru. The demonstrators are now accusing senior government officials of interfering and funding the impeachment motion to curtail the governor's development agenda.
Hao watu wanampiga, wamepatiwa pesa, wamuondoe, na ametufanyia kazi mingi. Sisi tumesimama na yeye.
Hospitali yamenjenga, anadharauliwa sababu alionekana ati ako kwa BBI tunaiunga mkono.
Senate hakikisha kwamba imefuatilia haki, hakuna hali ya kuingiliwa. Na wamama pia muhakikisha kwamba huyu mama hajaenda.
Wale wanataka kiti ya 2022 wangojee mpaka wakati huu, na tunaomba Senate itupilie mbali hiyo motion ya kuimpeach Waiguru.
These demonstrations come a day after another demonstration that was staged during the weekend, applying pressure on Senate to have a plenary hearing on Waiguru's case. And of course, Senate is meeting tomorrow to determine on whether Waiguru will face the whole House of a select committee. And our reporter Liz Mutuko is on ground filing this particular report, even as I hear there is intense lobbying that is ongoing towards ensuring that different leaders from different parties come on board, that is the senators, to see to it that they are able to save Madam Anne Waiguru, but equally others arguing that maybe it is time that probably she is impeached because then again it is about the people of Kirinyaga towards ensuring that at least they are able to get justice and accountability, and also, ensuring that the level of devolution is of course looked into towards ensuring that these people are able to get development. Remember, she will be actually the second one to take this direction in the event that she is impeached, following from Ferdinand Waitito, who was the governor of Kiambu County and was impeached successfully even at the level of Senate, or better yet, she will be saved like the likes of Wambora, who are equally saved at that level. And I mean, we can only wait to see what will play out tomorrow. And we also have Liz on standby so that she can update us on what are the developments as at now. Liz, to you.
Good afternoon, Linda, Leila. Just as you've said, yes, tomorrow will be a great day for the process of impeachment for the Kirinyaga governor, Anne Waiguru, and more so lobbying is happening all over the Senate pertaining this issue. And there is a proposal of having 11-member committee which will look into the matter as well as plenary. But on this case, I'll be having Majority Leader, who is Samuel Pogisio, on the same issue to tell me what will be happening tomorrow on this impeachment process. Welcome, Leader, and thank you for having opportunity time to be with us in TV47. If I may ask, there is the issue of 11-member committee, which I hear the leaders are lobbying for it to go that way, especially the impeachment process. What is your take on this, and will it serve justice to the people of Kirinyaga?
Well, I have said that justice will always be served here in the Senate. And let's not confuse matters. If you want to know the truth about the process, please watch this space. The Senate is mandated by the Constitution and by our standing orders to do this impeachment, and we're capable of doing this impeachment as a Senate. For most people who don't know, there is no good or bad process, because once the Senate decides, which is going to happen tomorrow, decides on whether it will be plenary or a committee, 11-person committee, the decision is still made by the plenary. So the plenary is the one that will decide that they want to sit as a whole or they want the 11-man committee. It is not true that anyone has concluded which system it is. The system to be used or the people to decide will be the plenary, which is all membership of the Senate. So I think there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of emotions brought into this. There's a lot of misinformation given about these processes. In fact, you need to know that most of the impeachments have been done by committee. The ones that you know on record so far have been done by committee. There's very few exceptions that have taken on the plenary. So the problem with people who are prosecuting this matter in the media, prosecuting this matter in public rallies, and trying to force the Senate to go one way or another, it won't help. Because the senators have already been elected to represent the people.
But Leader, there have been allegations before that the 11-member committee might be compromised. What is your take on this?
That is absolutely uncalled for. I mean, these are senators. These are people who have been elected to represent counties. And they care about following procedure. So I'm sure that, in fact, casting aspersions on your own leadership is not good. I mean, you can't say they can be compromised, because that makes it look like then who will do it?
The 11-member committee and the plenary, you've said they can serve justice to the issue.
They have served justice before. The committee has served justice before. The plenary has served justice before. So any of these systems can work. And let's be patient and wait for the decision tomorrow. What I want to say is that once you have allowed the Senate to do this, please stand with the Senate. The Senate is capable of making the right decisions. The Senate is ready to dispense justice. And there should be no casting aspersions on members. In fact, I'm very surprised. Some of the people who are casting aspersions on senators are also legislators who know their standing orders very well. And who know that you really have to, you trust that the people who are entitled to do this will do the right thing. You see, nobody says to the court that let's not use this particular law or that particular law. I mean, you allow the court to make their decision. In that day, the Senate sits as a court, some kind of court. So let's not interfere with it. I think I'm only appealing with people to know that the Senate is capable. The senators are people of integrity, people who will dispense justice, and I don't think anyone here is ready to be compromised. We just want justice to be served to our people.
That has been Majority Leader Samuel Pogisio over the issue, and he assures Kenyans that tomorrow's process henceforth it will serve justice to the people of Kirinyaga. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth Mutuku down there. You can trust her to give you proper reportage, contrary to what Honorable Pogisio has said right there, that indeed the media is out here to propagate or sell agendas that are not legit. I mean, we will be here following up on the same, and we update you accordingly. Aside from that, court operations have started resuming with strict restrictions as guided by the Ministry of Health. However, limited activities will be taking place at the court with stagnant court sessions to reduce congestion. Our very own Eli Lugova now joins us live from the court to give us a picture of the activities.
Well, Linda, we are coming to you live from Milimani Law Courts here in Nairobi, where a number of issues or a number of operations by the courts were halted on 16th March 2020. Since the onset of coronavirus, and a number of measures have been put in place just to ensure that the spread of coronavirus within the courts is limited. And among some of the measures that have been put in place by the courts is regulating the number of people who are attending a court case at each session. And as you can see, there are several tents that have already been put outside here, where a number of at least or at most 15 people are allowed to attend each court session. And as you can see, this tent here, there's a case that was just going on, and they have taken a break. They'll be coming back at 2 p.m. And as you can see, this tent, there are only around 4 chairs that are already there. That means the number of people who are allowed to attend that particular session is limited to at least 15 people. And then for people who are coming in, another measure that has been put in place for persons who are coming in or who are coming to attend each court case are supposed to wash their hands first. They wash their hands. There are several washing points. There's one here. There's another one at the entrance, and there's another one there where everyone who is coming in is supposed to sanitize or wash their hands before attending each court case. And some of the issues or some of the measures that have been put in place by the courts include the civil cases. There are civil cases. The order that has been given by the court is that for civil cases, the correspondents, or rather the people who are the parties that are involved in a civil case, they are supposed to wait until they are contacted by the courts so that they can attend their hearings. That is, the dates are set, but they will have to wait for the courts to communicate to them, because the courts say they already have their contact, so they will have to wait until that time when the courts will contact them. Then they will schedule a date when the courts will be heard. And for the parties that are involved in criminal cases, according to the measures that have been put in by the courts or the judiciary, is that civil cases or other criminal cases, the correspondents, the defense team, and all the parties that are involved in each case will be ordered or will be summoned to court by the office of the Director of Public Prosecution, and the dates will be scheduled so that we have a limited number of people inside here. And on a normal date or a normal day before 16th of March this year, this place, or rather this ground, will be full with people. People will be here. A lot of people will be here. A lot of activities will be taking place. But as things stand for now, there's few people who are coming in. The number of people is limited, and that means that the cases will have to take long because where the people who are allowed to come in, or the cases that will be taking place each day, will be limited, so that the number of people is actually limited to ensure that the courts adhere to the Ministry of Health regulations that are meant to curb the spread of coronavirus. So that is it from Milimani here at Milimani Law Courts. We'll be, of course, be checking, be attending some of the court cases. We see whatever will be going on, because at the moment seems that they have gone for a lunch break and will be coming back at 2 p.m. so that we are able to actually see whatever will be taking place during that time. So from Milimani Law Courts, Linda, I take it back to you.
Thank you so much, Eli Logova. Let's proceed to a different story. And Coast Regional Commissioner John Elungata is calling on residents on the coastal counties to adhere to the Ministry of Health guidelines in fighting COVID-19. Elungata says even after Kwale and Kilifi counties were opened up the fight against the virus is still on. Coastal counties of Kilifi, Kwale and Mombasa were locked down to contain the spread of coronavirus. Let's take a look at that.
The youths who pitched tent in various market centers within the constituency said they took the initiative of spreading the word.
People will keep maintaining the respect they have had for government directives with regards to dealing with COVID-19 infections, particularly the social distancing requirement in all public places, the wearing of masks in all public places, the avoidance of crowding, and of course meetings, and the respect for the rule of 15 for those attending public functions, especially funerals, and the occasional wedding. Especially truck drivers, they should ensure that they have their certificate 48 hours before they start the journey. Otherwise, they will be exporting infections to the other parts of the country, and will not allow that. So anybody should not go to the roadblock to argue with the police officers there. The only argument we will accept is a COVID-free certificate from our medical personnel.
Now, a youth group in Kwanza constituency, Trans Nzoia County, comprising of those left jobless by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, has now resorted to sensitizing locals on measures to contain the spread of the virus. Boniface Baraza with the details.
The youths who pitched tent in various market centers within the constituency say they took the initiative of spreading the word on measures of containing the virus, since the most locals have not adopted it.
Today, it's our market today, and now we are here to show our people how we can sanitize ourselves and how we can teach them on how to prevent coronavirus. This is a pandemic that has largely affected the world, and we don't want this pandemic to come in our county and more so in our constituency, which is Kwanza constituency.
They express hope that the pandemic will be contained in time to set the stage for growth of the economy, to enable companies which have downsized their employees to recall their services.
Hili janga la corona limefanya wengine wetu tumeachishwa kazi, wengine wetu tumekosa kitu ambacho tunaweza fanya. Kwa hivyo tukaamua ya kwamba tuanzishe kikundi ambacho lengo lake kuu kuambia watu wajue ya kwamba hili janga la corona liko, na tunahitaji sisi kufanya nini? Kufuata maadili masharti ambayo serikali imetupa, ili tuhakikishe ya kwamba hili janga la corona limerudi chini, na wengine wetu angalau tukarudishwa kazi, wengine wakarudi kwenda katika masomo, na hata wazazi wetu wakaendelea kutafuta jinsi walivyokuwa wakitafuta.
They call on the government to supply poor communities with personal protective equipment, since their low economic status makes it hard for them to acquire the essential items.
Washing hands oftenly with running water and soap, which we've done. We had some soaps and water we've done here. As a small number of people have washed their hands. The second thing we are doing is giving masks to people. We've supplied masks to various people in this village, and we are going further to supply more masks. So we urge the government to see us on this, to advertise this group and ensure that more masks are supplied.
They supplied face masks, which they acquired through resource mobilization from well-wishers who joined hands with the group to see the initiative become a success. Boniface Barasa, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
And today's COVID-19 reports will be received all the way from Nyandarua, where the Cabinet Secretary of Health is there, and we'll be getting details on what will be playing out down there, even as the country continues to grapple with the aspect of COVID-19, and more importantly, now counties involved more towards ensuring that at least we get a balance and we strike a balance. This, of course, COVID-19 going all the way to counties. I mean, 39 counties is at now, something that, of course, we need to look into, and the CS calling upon Kenyans to ensure that they are more cautious. Now, let's cross over there. And the CS of Interior, Fred Matiang'i, is addressing the nation. Let's see.
Continued commitment in collaborating with county governments to ensure that we deliver development to our people, that we make sure that our people get the development for which they voted this government. So tuko pamoja, tutaongea mambo mengi huko tukiwa pamoja na viongozi, lakini namshukuru gavana wetu kwa ile kazi ambayo anafanya hapa na uongozi wake. Tumekaa hapa na mawaziri wake na wenzake, and we are satisfied that a lot of good work is going on here. Na sisi tumekuja hapa kuhakikisha kwamba tunashirikiana na yeye na tunamhakikishia kwamba we will continue to support him for the wonderful work that he is doing for this county. Sisi tuko pamoja na yeye na tutakaa naye siku zote pamoja kwa hii miradi yote. Na yale maneno ambayo Mheshimiwa Rais aliahidi wakati alikuja hapa, ametutuma tuseme yote yatatekelezwa. Kazi yetu sisi ni kuhakikisha kwamba kazi ile Mheshimiwa Rais anataka ifanywe inafanywa, na tumekuja hapa leo kuhakikisha hiyo kazi imefanywa ili tumpelekee ripoti kamili kuhusu ile kazi ambayo anataka ifanywe katika sehemu hii ya nchi yetu ya Kenya ambayo ni Nyandarua. Kwa hivyo wenzangu wa Nyandarua, viongozi wengine, tutakaa pamoja baadaye leo pia tuzungumzie mengine yale tunahitaji kufanya kuhakikisha kwamba maendeleo ya watu wetu na maisha ya watu wetu hapa yanaendelea mbele vizuri. All those projects ambazo zingine zimekwama, tumekubaliana, tumepata fedha kidogo kwa budget ya mwaka ujao, tutamaliza hii kazi ili tuendelee mbele vile tunatakiwa kufanya. Kwa hivyo tukae pamoja, tuendelee namna hii. Mengine tutazungumza baadaye pale. Waziri wetu Mheshimiwa Kawe atazungumzia nyinyi, lakini unajua huyu waziri ni mtu anahitaji hata kusema jambo ili asikie watu wamusikie hapa. Huyu ni mtoto wenu hapa. Sisi Kariuki, dada yetu, waziri wa maji, mnamjua kila wakati. Nataka huyu muungwana aseme pole, sitaki kumuita ile tunamuitanga tukiwa sisi peke yetu. Acha tu azungumze.
Hamjambo. Abanyada wa muriega rigi. Nimukenete. Nimwona tuweka wega. Asanteni sana. Mimi kama waziri alivyoeleza, nitazungumza baadaye kwa sababu tutaenda na governor kuangalia mambo ya mahospitali iko namna gani and whether you are COVID ready. Na watu wa media mnasema vile we are not keeping social distance, lakini you can see yourselves you are not keeping social distance. Kwa hivyo acha tuzungumze baadaye na I'm going to take you on. You get it? Are you getting it? You get it? Are you getting it? Asanteni, tutazungumza baadaye.
Haya, huyu ni mtoto wenu. Sisi lisalimia wangwana baada tutazungumza mengine kule kwingine. Wacha huyu dada yangu waziri wetu.
All right, that is the health CS.
Interesting one. You get it? You go in, it's important that we all, of course, be cautious of the directives that have been given by the Ministry of Health towards ensuring that we are able to deal with COVID-19 as a nation. We'll be gathering more information from that, of course, address and later on, and we'll be here to update you on our comprehensive bulletin later on the broadcast. Of course, we'll have the 4 p.m. one, the 7 p.m. and the 9 p.m. We still have more stories outlined right here for you, and I think we'll be coming back, of course, to delve deep into the same as we proceed and we get to update you on more. But yes, I think it's important first we take this story before we take a breather. And young people from Kochia village in Homa Bay County under the Kochia Young Professionals have donated foodstuff and other items to the less fortunate in their society. Those who received the help were adversely affected by floods since the area is flood prone. Let's take a look.
So we wanted to unite all the Kochia people during these hard times. That's why we came in as the youths. This is a long-term thing, so not any far, but it will still go far and far and far.
We contribute as the young professionals, but again we ask for help from the other professionals from other places.
commendable right there. And as we say, it's time that we all come together. If there's a way that you can help a brother, I mean, proceed to do that. Now, let's take a look at some bit of sports. And the 2020 East Africa Secondary School Games have been postponed to May 2021 due to the coronavirus scourge. Now, the annual competition was slated for August 14 to 24th in Kakamega, but after a Sunday Zoom meeting, a joint decision was taken to push this year's 19th edition to next year. The International School Sport Federation has also postponed the 2020 World School Games to October next year. And football giants Real Madrid were back to business, scoring 3 goals in the thing.